Back locally, hip pain, arthritis, and osteoporosis, these are bone issues and painful conditions that used to be hard to treat and cure. But not anymore, thanks to some new technology that not just helps improve precision during surgery, but also expedites recovery.
67-year-old recliners.
Apart from the total hip replacement surgery, this device is also capable of carrying out the knee replacement operation. With a function of haptic guidance, this robotic arm helps doctors more safely remove the damaged part of the knees and place the implants precisely. Hello and welcome to TVB News. The Hong Kong Marathon was held on Sunday, featuring some 74,000 runners. The organizers said the number of participants returned the event to pre-pandemic levels. More than 800 people reported injuries. One runner died after being found unconscious at Tin House Station. MimosaNgai was at the finish line in Causeway Bay.
And not linger in the finish area. They hope the measure can help to better manage the flow of people. MimosaNgai, TVB News.
Amid all the energy and enthusiasm, tragedy struck the marathon. One runner died after the race after collapsing at Tin Hau MTR station. At least 842 runners were injured, mostly with bruises and sprains. 39 participants were sent to hospital. Some runners dressed up for the marathon. Let's see what MimosaNgai could find over the various marathon routes. Dr. Mike Kwan from the Department of Pediatrics and Adolescent Medicine at the University of Hong Kong said, as the weather is set to become colder and with more social activity around the Lunar New Year holiday, there's likely a new round of COVID outbreaks over the coming 1 to 2 months. Overseas, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he will not compromise on full Israeli control over Gaza after the war, adding that this is contrary to a Palestinian state. This after U.S. President Joe Biden said Washington would try to work something out after Netanyahu publicly rejected any hope for a two-state solution. The United Nations Secretary General called Netanyahu's stance unacceptable. Nasvi Karim has more. An attack on a U.S. military base in Iraq has left a number of service personnel being evaluated for traumatic brain injuries. Multiple ballistic missiles and rockets were fired at the Al-Assad facility in the west of the country. At least one Iraqi serviceman was injured. Some missiles were intercepted, but others did manage to penetrate U.S. defenses. The attack was carried out by an Iranian-backed military group known as the Islamic Resistance. It is the latest in a string of more than 140 raids on bases across the Middle East since the start of the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. The same base was targeted 4 years ago in retaliation for the U.S. assassination of an Iranian general. Meanwhile, the U.S. conducted new strikes on Yemen's Houthi rebels. The Iranian-affiliated group has been targeting ships in the Red Sea. In the race for the Republican nomination for President of the United States, one of the more puzzling aspects has been how Donald Trump's competitors have held their fire against him. With just 2 days to go until the New Hampshire primaries, that seems to be changing as Nikki Haley went after Trump's mental fitness. This report from NBC News. Beijing's municipal government says it was committed to boosting economic vitality this year, despite facing multiple challenges. It announced a GDP growth target of 5% for 2024 compared with 5.2% last year. Back locally, hip pain, arthritis, and osteoporosis, these are bone issues and painful conditions that used to be hard to treat and cure. But not anymore, thanks to some new technology that not just helps improve precision during surgery, but also expedites recovery.
67-year-old retired.
Apart from the total hip replacement surgery, this device is also capable of carrying out the knee replacement operation. With a function of haptic guidance, this robotic arm helps doctors more safely remove the damaged part of the knees and place the implants precisely. And finally, the weather, mainly cloudy with 1 or 2 rain patches. Temperatures will fall with an expected low of 10 degrees Celsius rising to 18. Relative humidity from 55 to 90%. And that's the news for tonight. Thank you for watching.